Hey guys, I hope you all are doing good. So today's video will be a really awesome video for all the students who are planning to go to UK for their masters. I am on a podcast with one of my very old friends. So I know him since my bachelor's of architecture days. We were in same class, we were in same batch. So I know him very well. Now he's in UK doing his masters in architecture. So I wanted to share his knowledge to all of you. He has also taken like 4 or 5 years of experience back in India, and then he is doing masters right now at this point of life. So you will be learning a lot from this podcast. So try watching this entire podcast. And guys, without any delays, let's get started with the video. So guys, today we are here with NRKST Teja, and you know guys, like when I was searching, like I was trying to drop him text. Right now I was just searching Teja, but I forgot that I have saved his name as Mark Idhar hai.
तेजा मैं हूँ, मार्क किधर है?
I know it's very lame because we were lame in architecture college, like yeah, we were kids, but we know each other now from like more than 10 years, almost since 2012, 2013 we got to know each other. So thank you Teja for agreeing for this podcast. I have too many friends but very few agree for podcast, so thanks a lot for that. We have been through shit lot of things, shit lot of experience. So it is really amazing to have him here. He's doing his masters now. He is just going to complete his masters from UK. So Teja, up to you now. Please introduce yourself, and again, welcome and thank you for coming on this podcast.
Thank you so much, Saransh. So first, I'll start off with my introduction. My name is NRK Sudhindra Teja. I am currently studying in Coventry University. As we speak, I'm in my final semester, and I'm studying Master of Science in Construction Management with BIM. So to give you a bit of background, we both know each other for a long time. We've studied in the same college, in Bharati Vidyapith College of Architecture. Since 2012, we've known each other quite well, and from there, I've kind of hopped a lot of industries, tried to learn things here and there, and then now that I'm here, I've more or less had a really interesting journey over here in UK and in my professional career as well, and I'm hoping the better for my life.
Yeah,
That's what
for
it
sure,
is.
man. Like, I hope this is the best decision, and it will be anyways better decision than staying back in India, I think.
No, it's all subjective. I think it's all about the opportunities. And
Yeah.
for the same reason, I would like to thank you, Saransh, for just giving me this opportunity to talk about my experiences and anything that happens.
Awesome,
I mean,
man.
since we both are outside in the countries, we both are just going through nearly the same stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And like from our experiences, like a lot, like thousands of students, if not millions, thousands of students will learn a lot, and like probably like they can take better decisions for their future. And that's all that I want from this podcast. So that's it. And yeah, and we also think the same. So that is a great part. So Teja, my let's start with the questions. My first question is, what motivated you to take up masters, like after so many years of experience back in India? You were working with Asian Paints also, I think, and it's a good company, like if I see the overview of it. So what motivated you to join this course, and this specific course, why?
I see. So just to give you a brief idea. So back when I was in Asian Paints, I was doing the same color consultant job. So what happened at that time is I started realizing that I wanted to do more of my own stuff, freelancing. And architectural freelancing, for architectural work, I had nearly zero experience. So I thought I should start with interior freelancing at least. So after around 1 year, 10 months of my job, I decided to quit. And this decision of quitting Asian Paints came right in the middle of pandemic when I realized I started doing things for myself. Like there was this 3 to 4 months gap. I was also recovering from some health related issues, and at that time I started realizing that I had a few skills lacking, and I definitely wanted to be in a more civil or construction based field because that's where I had most of my interest aligned in. I was still keeping my mind open, but I don't know what I wanted to get into. So I'm like, if I like any particular skill, what would that be? That was the question that rung in my head. And I understood the management aspect of it is something that I more resonate with because that is where you could make or break the project. Creation is rather a more simple process, isn't it? So when you look at the back end of it, that's where the real heroes stand. Managing the labors, managing all the materials coming through. Smaller detail like that is what really interested me in getting into construction management. And then, as usual, BIM was something that I have been keeping a track on as to how advanced has it gotten, what is the market scope in India, and what is the market scope outside India, how is it used differently, vastly differently. When I came to know the difference in that as well, I understood. I think now I know my reasons to go out and study. I had my motivations to study outside for a while, but this is where I clearly started seeing my vision that this is what I want to do in the end of it. So that is what prompted me to want to study abroad. The decision was between Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and UK. Germany was not in my reach, obviously, because
My next question is like, why UK? Like, as we all know, like UK, there is a recession period going on, and things are expensive, and all those things. So, why did you choose UK and not Canada? Huh? You saw my videos about Canada or what?
I know. There's a reasoning for that. So, history time. So around in the height of pandemic, UK decided to undergo Brexit, which was in itself a good and a bad decision on multiple levels. And because of that, what happened is there was a lot of labor shortage in UK at that time, especially on the ground part-time level, and on a great effect, it had a negative impact on the full-time employees as well, because of which there was a great reduction in workforce. And at that time, even certain restrictions were loosened down just to make it easy for people to come here and study. Let's say it was an opportunistic move that I ended up making because it was a purely economical decision. Because from what I saw that a master's course cost me a certain amount of money. And then if I were to graduate, I would almost get the same salary or more than that annually. And apart from that, if that was a simple decision, the harder decision was to choose which university I would be going into, what course exactly should I select, what are the aspects that match me a lot more, match my needs a lot more. So, based on my educational performance so far and my history, and then now as I look at the courses, I try to match the course with how I wanted to go ahead in my career. So after a lot of trial and tribulations and then few more offers here and there while I was trying to work, I ended up finding Coventry University in the process, and I found that the coursework was much more resonating with me because I understood that they tried to teach them on a certain level on a management aspect rather than the creation aspect, and they also taught the principles of project and construction project management specifically, and how these two can come together and make you a great performing
Manager.
aspect. So that's where I thought,
Yeah.
yeah, it would be a great
Like,
marriage. Yeah, that's what I
my
thought.
next question is actually that only. Like, what is the overview of this course? Because I have personally done BIM, but it was like purely architecture based, like how I will synchronize, like from the basis of synchronizing, making a central model to producing 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D level of data from BIM model. So that's what we went through. I want to know, like, if you are doing like project management specifically plus BIM, which is included in that. So how it goes, like what are the basic overviews of the subjects, and what is the BIM aspect of it?
Okay, so just to give you a fair idea, If this is for all the people who are wanting to choose a course that is somewhere on this line, but they also want BIM in the process. If you are someone who is looking to create things or work as a BIM technician of sorts, this course would be an additional help for you if you want to learn the how to integrate construction project management with your BIM skills. That would be a significant upgrade.
Okay.
However, if you're someone who just wants to understand construction project management and would like to hone in on the skills while knowing what BIM is all about, this would be an ideal course to start learning about BIM in general. That's how I looked at it, because I'm not someone who has the BIM skills. Right now, I would say I have, let's say, level 1, level 2 skills where I know how to draw things, how to document all the necessary material details, how to consider time in the process and stuff like that. So in construction project management, you know the typical triangle that you have. You have time, cost, and quality.
Yeah.
On these parameters is what the entire construction project management runs.
Yeah.
But when BIM comes into the picture, we are supposed to treat it like an entity that can take care of your time and quality and cost at the same time. So it will also specify if you want a certain material of certain measurement, that will be considered a part of, let's say, if you want to procure a material, you just have to look at the model and then you'll get the entire material in. So what we end up doing is we look at the management aspect of how you can use BIM to manage all your necessary steps that you should take to make sure a building can be completed from its inception as it was intended to be designed.
Yeah.
So that is where this particular course helps you in. Apart from that, understanding the financial and asset management, and then your project management styles, and then apart from that, the contract management, how are all of these related to BIM?
Okay.
This is where the entire connection is made into.
It is actually a pretty interesting way to approach to the project management or construction project management. Yours is project management, right? Like not construction.
Construction
project.
management. It's
Construction. Oh, okay. Good. Good. Okay. Like, because I also keep suggesting everyone from architecture or civil field not to take project management, but to take construction project management, because this will still keep them in their field. Like, because project management will just leave them out in the ocean where they have no experience. So yeah, that was something. One more thing, I skipped that. What are the course requirement? Like, what are the entry requirements?
So for the entry requirements, you should have a degree of, let's say, anything related to architecture, civil engineering, and those basically AEC background courses would be most appreciated. Any grade equal to or above 2:2 would be recommended for this case. And apart from that, it is ideal if you should have you should have experience. Sorry?
It should be above 60%.
Above 55%.
Above
Yeah.
55%.
You can fact check that, but 2:2 is what I know. So I tend to go above that, thankfully. So basically a 2:2 grade, and then apart from that, AEC background courses. And ideally some experience is required, but many people have joined in here who do not have much experience.
Okay.
That would be helpful because it helps you understand what goes on in the actual field of work.
Yeah.
Even if you're not related to the architecture, you will understand the core management aspects of the entire project. So
That's true.
that's where it would come handy.
Yeah. And this is something that I have said on my videos. Like, I hope people pick it up from this podcast. Like, you have to be like the majority of the people who ask me this question. Like, I have done diploma in architecture or diploma in civil. Can they do masters? So my answer is no. You need a bachelor's degree to go for masters. So this is how it goes: diploma, bachelor's, then masters. So you can't skip a middle level, because it is written on the all the college websites that you need a bachelor's degree in a related field. If you are in biomedical industry and you are planning to go to construction project management, definitely not. They won't let you in, because you are getting a big switch. Even if you get in, what happens in international countries and abroad, you won't get the visa because you can't justify your switch. Like, why are you taking this course all of a sudden? Like, do you have any experience? If no, like they won't give you any visa. So be very aware of this thing. This is very important part. And actually, thank you for bringing this up. It is important for people.
To be honest, I would like to add on to that on a certain level that this is one thing that I don't know if anybody would resonate with me, but it is vital for everybody who graduates from any AEC fields that they should have on at least an entry level experience to get a feel of what the field is about. And then once you are done with your working, you have to meditate on it and understand what do you want to do in your life. Because the vision and those dots from point A to point B, they should be connected. If you yourself are not connected, there is no chance that any hiring manager would look at your profile and say, yeah, this makes sense to me. I would like to hire that person. That's not going to happen. It's not a miracle that easy. And even if you have some explaining to do, let's say if somebody gives you an opportunity, explaining it should be a very natural course. It should be a very natural thing, because if it is not natural, it is hard to make it believable for anybody to join in from one place to another. So that is a major aspect of studying abroad that we all in general have to consider whenever we are deciding to step out of our motherlands. That's the idea of it.
And one more question regarding this, like, okay, what is the work permit, the amount of work permit that you get after doing this course? Like, you have done 1 year course, so like, what would be the work permit that you get?
So to start off with a simple process, when you enter UK, you get a tier 4 visa. Basically, you can study for 1 year, 2 years, or however many years you are in this country. And then once you graduate, you get a PSW, post-study work visa. Basically, that's a form of tier 2 visa, and you get for 2 years of stay. And once those 2 years are up, you either have to leave the country, or if you manage to get an opportunity working for a company that can help you that can sponsor for you, you will get a tier 2 visa. And that duration is anywhere between up to 3 years till 5 years. Yeah.
But you can't apply on your own. Like the company has to sponsor you.
Yes. So the basic process of this is, let's say you are selected by a company. That company should be in the list of tier 2 sponsors. So if you go to government.uk website, you get this Excel sheet from their own website. It says list of sponsors for tier 2. And if you search those list of companies, there are a lot of AEC companies present in UK. If that company's name is there in that list, they can happily sponsor you, unless and until they state that they cannot sponsor right in their job title, or let's say you're searching any job, and unless they specify that they cannot hire any students without any right to work, many companies that are there on the list will entertain you for a tier 2 visa if required. And once they accept you into the company, you sign the contract and other things, they will give you a certificate called COS, Certificate of Sponsorship. And then you're supposed to present that certificate of sponsorship while you're applying for your tier 2 visa on their website. Without that, you will not be able to proceed to your tier 2 application. Simple.
It's a bit complex process, that means.
It is a bit complex process, and getting into it is rather tough, but it will take time. And the important aspect of this is...
Sorry. Go ahead.
And it is important to remember that for getting a tier 2 visa, you have one-time application fee, and then the number of years you're staying here, you will have to pay the IHS, basically International Health Surcharge. So it's like a governmental insurance of sorts, a medical insurance of sorts, you can say. So you can have a registered GP, general practitioner, you can go there, get your medicines and stuff like that. So you'll have to pay that amount of money.
And that will be paid by company, or you have to pay personally?
That will be paid by us personally. The sponsorship is that them recommending that, yes, you can work here.
And how much is it?
For the application fee, if your job comes under the skill shortage list,
Mhm.
they have certain codes and job titles against it.
Okay.
And you will and those codes, if they are present in the skill shortage list, the fees would be around 624 application fee.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not, it will go up to around 712, 715 or something.
Oh shit. That's a
And
good way
then
for these governments to earn money from us, man. Like they are taxing us, they are charging us thrice the amount of college fees, then doing this. Like they are just like squeezing us how much ever they can.
that is one part of looking at it. But the other part is
Yeah.
you have scored a job. You
Hmm.
have worked hard to secure an employment in a company that is gracious enough to
To give
have
you.
faith in you. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the amount of money that will go in this, you will earn that in a month's salary. That
Mm-hmm.
is the best way of looking at it.
For the visa, not
I
for your
mean,
education, guys.
I
Not
know,
for
but
your
it is
education.
it is a positive mindset, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
thing is, you gamble this far, you can just pay this much, and then after that, you can reap the benefits of the knowledge and the work and everything that comes with it. That's much better than anything else.
Yeah. Okay, like talking about the costs and money involvement, I want to ask you this question. How much did it cost you, and what would be the living expense? But first, let's go ahead and talk about, like, how much this course cost you, and was there a specific amount that you had to show, like to be here in Canada? What we have to do is we have to set up a GIC fund that is around 10,000 CAD that will be deposited prior to our arrival in the Canadian bank, and then we will be getting it like every 48 days, $1,000 approx.
That's cool. That's a neat system. It's like, no, you live peacefully. We'll give you the money slowly at a time. This is just like a deposit of
It
sorts.
is it is actually because of previous issues that Indian students and international students have created, because they go broke, they just come,
Yeah,
they leave their course, they go like they get lost, and like they just do some job, random jobs, and you know how situations is there, like people.
yeah. I know. So I'll start chronologically. If you want
Mhm.
to start with the visa expenses from India itself,
Mhm.
let's say you want a tier two visa and then, sorry, tier four visa, student visa. So the application fee will cost you roughly around, I think, another 600 pounds roughly. And
Mhm.
then the health surcharge will cost you around 700 or 800 pounds.
Mhm.
And once you've paid that,
Mhm.
if you are applying through VFS Global and you want the visa immediately, like I did, because I got my cash letter literally like 1 week ago, my flight tickets,
Mhm.
that would be around another 500 pounds if you want to get a priority work done.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if you want if you see that you don't have a selected date of sorts, like you
Mhm.
want to get only on this day and there are no seats left,
Mhm.
you will need to pay another 250 pounds, 25,000 rupees.
Okay.
So it's like roughly you have your 1,40,000 roughly has gone just on this priority visa itself,
Shit.
roughly. Yeah, I mean, that happens because if we are
Okay.
late in applying for the
Yeah.
college, if
Yeah.
it is late for everything and
Urgency,
for
like,
anything to run fast, you need to pay money.
yeah. Or else it will be half of it, right?
Or, sorry,
Or else, like, if someone does everything on time, it will be half of it
it
approximately.
will be easily half of it, if not
Okay.
lesser than that.
Okay.
And once that is done through,
Mm-hmm.
till coming here, the accommodations over here, the starting price would go for anywhere around 99 pounds per week.
Mm-hmm.
But since this is like the base level,
Mm-hmm.
you will have to put an extra amount of effort just to find really good quality accommodations.
Mm-hmm.
And they could go anywhere around 105 to 130 pounds a week. And if you generally want to live in an apartment of your own, prepare to shell out 175 pounds a week,
Okay.
and that is for studios. So I'm starting from en suites or shared rooms. En
Mm-hmm.
suite meaning that your room has a bathroom attached to you.
Mm-hmm.
Shared rooms mean that you'll have to share the bathroom and you'll have a room to your own.
So
And then
like
till
around
the
600 pounds a month approx.
yeah, minimum 600 pounds would be a good starting point. where
Okay.
you can live comfortably, have a bathroom of your own, and you will have to share a kitchen with roommates who I pray for you will keep it clean for you as well, as much as you should keep it clean for them, because
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
nightmare.
for sure, man. Like I have been through some really dirty people, so yeah, I know.
Sometimes we are the nightmare, sometimes other give us nightmares. So
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been through that cycle right now.
No, but most of the time, like I try to keep it clean because I have stayed with our friends. You have seen my house.
I have my, don't remind me, man. Don't remind me, please.
Did you see our fridge?
Don't remind me anything, bro. It's given me PTSD, bro.
Dude, I always remember Jason when it comes to that.
I still remember the entire flat. Like I could go there right now and just knock on the door. It's like that.
That clear, right? Like, yeah. So, guys, like, like just diverting a little bit from the topic. We rented out a place. Like, me, my friend Jason, Noel, and Zaki, and so we were staying together, and it was hell lot of fun. Like, we used to enjoy a lot. Like, work pretty less, but like the dirt in that place, like I got so tired that I gave up. I was like, I will just clean this room and let the bullshit happen in all the others. So yeah, it was a nightmare, but I like it was a very special place for all of us, like that building, Akash's place, Shubham's. So yeah, it was really fun.
Of my fondest memories over there is all of us doing night outs for either studying or playing music throughout, because we all used to sing and stuff, right? So it
Yeah.
used to be a full-on jamming session. So back when I went to my home, and I used to be studying in my room. So you know how architecture rooms are like? Mine, I would say, was like full of papers through and through. It's either me cutting paper or me tearing paper out of frustration की drawing अच्छा नहीं बना, drawing बहुत बेकार है, redo मिला है यार, फेंकना पड़ेगा इसको. My mom's like, even pigs live cleaner than this. I'm like, you haven't seen my hostel mates yet. So it's like that situation, right?
Yeah.
It's that situation. But yeah.
I mean, we had our experiences, man.
Man, like I would, if someone gives me an opportunity to go back and live that memory again for a month or something, I would give like $1,000 right away. Like, send me back, send me back. I'm like, yeah, I miss it. I miss it so much. So much has changed. Yeah,
It kind of used to be a lot of fun, man.
it had its own challenges, but yeah, I miss it.
It is what it is, isn't it? I mean, it's just students living just their normal student plebe life. Like, guys, how करना है अपने को? It's like that. It is.
True. Okay. Anyways, Teja, like this is a really amazing conversation, but I think we will have to shoot for a part 2 over here. So, everyone, guys, I will be shooting a part 2 and I'll be releasing it right after this video, a day or two after this video. So, stay tuned for our channel, and thank you, Teja, for all your help and support. Like your knowledge is immense about the studies and the culture and the things that people go through in UK. We will continue this video after this, and the part 2 will talk all about the job cultures, and we will give you an in-depth analysis of what will be the fees and how much you would be spending, how to get a job, and all these things. So stay tuned, and we will be back soon. So thank you, Teja, and hope to see you soon again, man.
Thank you. It's been great pleasure talking to you. You've been really a great entertainer and educator as well. Edutainment and educator. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just enjoy.
Edutainment.
Edutainment. Yeah, that's the better word. Thank you.
Yeah.
Edutainer.
Yes. So guys, hit a like and subscribe to our channel and stay tuned. So day after tomorrow, this video will be released to you. And yeah, keep watching Aki Vlogs. Take care. See you soon. Subscribe.